Okay, male reproduction. So I'm going to go over what we can see here, and then I'm going to take this off and we'll look at it from the inside. And at the beginning of class on Tuesday, like, we will talk about all of this in respect to making sperm, where it's stored, upon ejaculation, what happens, right? We won't worry about that right now. We'll just like name the structures. So, scrotum, sac of skin and connective tissue. Within the scrotum, testes. Wrapping around the testes, epididymis. Sperm are going to get propelled, again, we'll go over this on Tuesday, but sperm will get propelled out of the epididymis through this passageway here that is outside of the abdominal pelvic cavity, and then will come in, wrap around the bladder. And this passageway is called the ductus deferens, or it's also called the vas deferens. This right here is the seminal vesicle, also called the seminal gland. At the base of the bladder is the prostate gland. There's a band of muscle in here called the urogenital diaphragm, which actually you don't need to know that. Penis, right, and I'm gonna pop it open. These are the ureters, right? So coming from the kidneys. Okay, so I'm gonna pop this open. Okay, so scrotum, testes. You can't see the ductus deferens in here. That would be this one. But if you follow this around the ductus deferens, right, and then if I flip this like this, so prostate gland's here, and then over here, prostate gland. So that is this, prostate gland. Okay. I'm gonna flip it. These models aren't great at showing this, but if you look here, right, so this is the ductus deferens coming like this, and then you go into the prostate gland. And they just don't show the ductus deferens kind of coming in here, but what it would feed into is this little duct right here that just kind of looks like, I'm just kind of floating within the prostate, but it would like be inside of there connecting with the ductus deferens. That's called the ejaculatory duct. And I'm just gonna come over here. So ejaculatory duct is right here. And then you've got this long urethra, right? So coming out of the bladder. So all this is the urethra. And depending on where it is, it's called different things. So the part of the urethra that runs through the prostate gland, that's the prostatic urethra. The part of the urethra that runs through this band of skeletal muscle, this is called the membranous urethra. And then the part of the urethra that runs through the penis is called the spongy or the penile urethra. Your major glands that we're going to talk about: seminal vesicles, also called seminal glands, prostate gland, pop this open, prostate gland, and then this little tiny gland right here, right, that's shown in white, that's in that band of muscle, that's called the bulbourethral gland. Okay. And then it's just the erectile tissue. So when you look at the penis, you've got essentially two different types of erectile tissue that are going to engorge with blood. The part that goes around the urethra, the part that goes around the spongy urethra, also called the penile urethra, that's called, so this right here, so the part that like goes right around the urethra. On here it's kind of pinkish. I don't know on all models that it's that color, but that's called corpus spongiosum. It goes around the spongy urethra. It goes in like a circle around it. And then you have these two paired columns that are the larger of the two. And on here it's this purple area, kind of purple, gray purplish area, and that's called the corpus cavernosa. Sometimes you'll see it called corpora because there's two of them, like two, you know, they're paired. And that's the male reproduction.